Hi guys, welcome back to Daniel's project. So this video is a bit of a different video than usually, but I want to introduce you to an idea or to a perspective I had in my mind for a few months now. And this is the topic of objective versus and subjective progress. I think this is more important than ever. Whenever you are training, you have goals and progress in your mind, and this can obviously take its toll on your whole motivation levels, on your energy levels. So that's why I want to introduce you to the idea of objective versus subjective progress. So imagine the whole topic of progress is like a map. There are buildings and streets and trees and leaves and small details, but the salient things that stand out to you are the things that define the objective progress. For example, you just see weights and numbers and counts and success rates, and these are represented by the big buildings within this whole map. So now just imagine the objective progress is more like a zoomed out perspective, and the more you zoom in, the more you get into the perspective of the subjective progress. So whenever we talk about the topic of objective progress, we can talk about the architecture, something that is obvious to us. And a friend of mine, Sarah, likes to use the word architecture. So this is the thing or the whole architecture in more detail, and this is the subjective progress, and I think this is where the whole value lies. So now objective progress defines the edges and the boundaries and the height of the whole map, and the subjective progress is more about the details and how everything is interconnected with each other, but it is way more difficult to see or to realize or to notice the subjective progress within our practice. So the objective progress is always something that an external standpoint or external viewer can see. So you have X more kilos on the bench press, you can do Y more reps on handstand push-ups and stuff like that. This is obvious to an external standpoint, but to an internal standpoint, we are referring to the word of subjective progress. So instead of just always focusing on the objective side of things, try to focus more on yourself. What is happening inside? Can I feel more? Can I be more alert? Can I sense more details within the movement? For example, in a handstand, instead of just focusing on the numbers. For example, you want to hold a handstand for 30 seconds. Do not just focus on the 30 seconds. Focus on, is something happening inside you? Can I better control my scapula? Can I better control my hips? Can I better control my ribs? Can I feel more sensations? Can I feel more details within the handstand? And the whole topic of progress becomes more deeper. So instead of just imagine there's like a straight line, you want to go from here to there. Imagine there's a straight line, but there's also something behind this line, something that goes way beyond just 20 seconds handstands and 30 seconds handstands, but also about your own internal understanding of how you can perform this move. Can you try to make the 20 seconds handstand more easy so it feels really natural instead of just fighting the whole time and fighting for seconds? Try to get more out of it at the time. So try to dig a bit deeper into this hole of the 20-second handstand instead of just rushing to the 30-second handstand. This is just an example. You can apply this principle or this idea to everything else, I guess. So do not just perform or practice for someone else, for someone who can obviously measure your progress on an objective scale. Try also to integrate this more deeply understanding of subjective process within yourself. And I promise you will gain a lot more from that and from your practice than just focusing on the numbers. These are just some of my thoughts, and at least for me, they were really helpful in my past. Instead of just focusing on, I want to do more of this. Try to avoid the shallow water and go more into depth of the practice and of your training, and not just rushing or sprinting from A to B, from B to C, from C to D. Instead of, try to experience A as a whole and try to experience B as a whole and try to experience C as a whole. And I think this is a wonderful way to go. And if you enjoyed this video, and you're interested in more of these things and my perspective onto some of these topics, feel free to put your comment in the comment section down below. Hit the like button, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.